What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Sensibly Cynical podcast. I'm set for an amazing show. Rae Finn, the founder of the clothing brand Hogwash and Rhinestones, is set to join me. She talks about the origins of the brand, popular items, and much more. But before I get to my interview with Rae, let me get the advertisements out of the way. Of course, got to advertise. Sensibly Cynical can be found wherever you get your podcasts. Instagram is at Sensibly Cynical Pod. X is at Cynical Sensibly. Check out the Facebook page, WordPress, we are on there. TikTok, doing some stuff on there. And of course, YouTube. That's youtube.com/at Sensibly Cynical. Now, let's get to my chat with Rae Finn, the founder of Hogwash and Rhinestones. Enjoy, everybody. All right, ladies and gentlemen. With me on the line, she is the founder of Hogwash and Rhinestones clothing brand, Rae Finn. What's going on?
Nothing. So happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, so talk about the history of the brand, how to get started, the whole nine.
Okay, well, about like 11 years ago, and being from the Boston area, there wasn't a lot of, I don't know, I kind of have a vintage kind of country vibe. I've always had that. And there was nothing really in the Boston area where, as far as fashion, like unless you want to head to Nashville or to Texas. And I just kind of started a Western t-shirt company, and then it kind of transformed into this whole upcycling and fringe and sequins and rhinestones, and I just kept rolling with it, and it kind of snowballed. I started doing stuff for myself, and then people were like, can you make me one of those? Can you do this for me? And so then I just kind of evolved 11 years later into this bigger and better brand.
Yeah. How has the fashion industry changed even like in that time?
Yeah, the market's saturated with t-shirts, right? So then I just moved more into the whole upcycling and actually designing and custom designing for musicians and things like that. And honestly, the upcycling part of everything hasn't changed. It's just more popular now. I think that everybody's on the whole recycling, what's better for the environment,
Right.
and all that. So I would just say that there's probably more people doing it, but it's not like a trend. I mean, wait a minute, let me back up, because upcycling is somewhat of a trend.
Yeah, can you explain to like dummies like me what upcycling is?
Yeah. So it's like it's basically the same thing like recycling. So you're repurposing clothing, whether it's multiple pieces, one piece, whatever, or discarded items, and turning it into something new. So it's like, so you're not
Right,
just
I got it.
recycling, you're actually yeah. You're kicking it up a notch.
I
So
get
like
it. I was half being facetious. Yeah, so one of a kind, right? That's got to be fulfilling and rewarding to you that you can put so much effort into it and then also get a lot back, like satisfactory wise.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, and that's part of the clients, the whole having that one of a kind special piece that no one else is going to have.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not walking into a mass department store when there's, every 7,500 people have the same exact jacket or in different colors. This is like
right.
There's going to be no replica out there, and that just makes them feel special.
So do they come to you with like a suggestion and then you take it from there, or how's it like work from start to finish as far as their like pitch? Do they say, hey, we want this, and you can just, make it your own kind of?
Yeah. I mean, it's actually I go both, like, just, some of my clients are regulars, so I've now got to know their vibe. So when they say, can you design me, I have an event, can you design me pants, like, or, jeans or something? I've gotten to know them well enough that I'm like, okay, I know I'm not going to put roses on this or hearts or something or whatever. So they can come to me with, all what they desire to be on there. Or if some people just, they're just like, I trust you, just make something awesome. Or they'll look at some of my pieces from the past, and everybody knows that I can't make it exactly like that, but they'll say, I want something similar to that. So
That's cool. That's cool. They have that trust. That's got to be cool too.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can be scary, when somebody brings
Yeah,
in a pair of jeans to me and they just paid $130 for them. They're like,
right.
go ahead and cut them up, and I'm like,
Yeah,
like, or that
yeah. Just
jacket
cut
was,
up those Louis Vuittons and
yeah,
see what
yeah,
happens.
or they're bringing me their grandmother's denim jean jacket that she had for 60 years, and they're like, can you, do something with this? And it's like, ooh, that's precious. You got to be really careful.
Yeah. So what's your most common item, like your biggest seller?
I would say jackets. I would say definitely jackets. We did really well this spring and summer too. Right now, we're really cooking with the shorts, but I would just say that jackets, because people are just buying them all year round.
Mm.
And it's kind of one of my favorite things to do
So
too.
you put stones and tassels on these jackets? Is that right?
Well, yeah, it's a little more than that,
I
but
know.
yeah,
I just
I know. So, and it's kind of like I can put like I can put the back half of a pair of shorts on the back of a jacket. You know what I mean? So
That's
these are
cool. That's
all,
cool.
yeah. So these are all like discarded clothing items that I kind of piece together. But yeah, I
Uh-huh.
mean, rhinestones, tassels, studs, a lot. Like I just did a jacket today that,
Hmm.
I used old jewelry on. So I hand sewed jewelry on the jacket.
So some of your items are in Nashville. That's pretty
That's
cool.
correct.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. That was a long time goal for me. Um, kept beating the streets, going down there and just trying to find my place. Like, how can I get the brand into Nashville? And it kind of, it just worked out. I took a chance, and right now I have multiple pieces in the showroom in Nashville, and some of the pieces get rented,
Hmm.
um, on the weekends or for events and things like that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I bet Dead Horse is pretty. They're an awesome company to work with too, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're the best. I just got back from Nashville at the end of last week, and it was great. Brittany, Danielle, Mel, like Rick, they're
Yeah, I know the
awesome.
whole crew.
Yeah, they're so
They
awesome.
they lend me, precious time of these artists and collaborators and founders, and I appreciate them,
Yeah,
because
no, it's
I interview a bunch of people, so it's nice to have good people to rely on. I understand that.
yeah, they've
Um,
really opened my eyes. So, I'm grateful for that too.
who are some of your influences, either musically or in the fashion industry?
As far as fashion, Betsy Johnson, she's been one of my, like, I just admire and adore her fashion style, her um that was like my earliest influencer. And like, as far as like, I mean, I would say musicians that would be like, I go back old school, like, Elvis,
Oh
that kind
wow,
of
that's
thing.
real
So
old school.
yeah, yeah, I like all that. I like that a lot, like that whole era with the suits and the embroidery and
Hmm.
the old, the old Western rockabilly, hillbilly. Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I would say, anything that old. Gene Autry even.
Do you get a lot of like country music like fans or people that are into like the
Oh gosh, yeah.
Barnes and
Oh yeah,
stuff like that?
yeah. So we'll pop up at a country music festival. It's so, and those are our biggest fans. If it's kind of like walking around Nashville, or
Hmm.
and you're just like, oh, I could see that girl wearing this, and I could see that girl wearing that. So
I
then you find,
understand. That's
yeah, you
cool.
find your niche.
So where are you from originally?
Well, I'm from a little town outside of Boston, west of Boston. It's called Holliston.
Okay, so I assume you're a Red Sox or Patriots fan?
Both. I live behind Gillette Stadium in Foxborough.
Yeah, so Tom Brady, what's your thoughts on his career? I assume you like idolized him.
I don't know if I idolized him, but I thought, yeah, he had a good run, and I think it was good time to pass the torch. I don't
Yeah,
think he left. I don't like the way he left Boston, like, kind of pushed his nose up. But of course, we don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah,
And then
Bill Belichick over there. Yeah, he's hard to read.
yeah, that whole straight face. And it's funny, my son, one of my kids is 25. His name is
Hmm.
Brady. So everybody's always asking me, "Oh, did you name him?" And I'm like, "Hey, he's 25. That was way before Tom Brady."
Yeah, yeah. What's the craziest like scenario you've been presented with? You want me to do this for what? Like
You
either
mean,
some huge event or some crazy event. Like I'm doing this for what?
oh, I see that I can take that question two ways because I've been asked to do something, and then when they say, "Yeah, but it's going to be for free," and I say, "That's when I say I'm going to do this for what?"
You take it literally. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've done, spent 7 years doing that, just kind of like
What's
randomly.
what's the craziest thing? Like off the wall item.
I um I did a camouflage long. No, it was actually a jean jacket with some ombre fringe, country girl, like crazy vintage um
Wow.
jacket, and yeah, and I went down in Nashville Fashion Week and ended up finding a lover down there that wanted that jacket. So that was, I would say that was probably the, because I'm like, this is a little extreme. I don't know. And aside from an award show, like who's gonna wear this like out to the bar or the
Right.
restaurant, but
Right. It's like, are you sure you want to make this life choice right now? I understand.
so,
Yeah, that's funny.
yeah.
That's funny. So you do a lot of jackets for like brides and grooms and all
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah, bachelorettes. We do the fancy that
You
bachelorette
ever
parties.
you ever get asked to like for a tux or anything? Any guys sort of like suits?
No, but I would love to do that.
Is that
I
on
would
the list?
love
That's
to
on the
do
bucket
that.
list?
Yeah, I want to do more guy stuff. I actually, speaking of Dead Horse, like I have my little wish list of who I'd like to collaborate with, and I threw a couple male musicians on there because I don't have a resume that shows anything like just like that. I would love to funk out a tuxedo. That would be
Hmm.
fantastic.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to the music industry real quick. Who do you think is who's your greatest of all time as far as is it Elvis?
Well, I would, yeah, I'm yes, Elvis, Waylon Jennings, Merle Haggard, um, Willie Nelson for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that era, you know.
Yeah, yeah. My mom got me into like the old country, George Strait. Were you into any of that?
Oh yeah, yeah. George Strait, George Jones. Actually, I'm a huge
Oh
fan
man,
of.
that's my grandma.
So okay,
She was into my
see.
grandma, God rest her soul. My grandma was into George Jones.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of George Jones.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm living that through my, that old school music when I'm
Hmm.
like designing, even though I don't think George Jones would wear one of my jackets. But you know what? Maybe he would have.
Maybe, maybe. Talk about the future of the company. What do you got coming up?
So I mean, definitely gonna keep pushing like the spreading it through Nashville, and I went and visited some boutiques and stores this past week, and just pitching to see if I can spread it a bit more. I'll be back in Nashville in October before the awards shows to do a pop up at the showroom,
Yeah,
which I'm
so
super excited about.
can you talk about that? How'd you even get involved in the Nashville scene coming from Massachusetts?
I think just because the whole country music connection, and then my son is a musician, and he actually
Oh,
moved there. He moved there a couple of years ago, and
mhm.
he just moved back to Boston though. But I went to visit down there when he first moved in, and I was like, what? I'm like, I need to be down here because it's it's all fringe, it's all rhinestones, it's all cowboy boot, so
Right,
it's like,
right.
wait a minute, this is where the brand belongs. And he was there for a couple of years, and he used to say, this is where you should be, this is where your shop should be, this is where so I
Hmm.
just kind of like said, you're right, you know so I just pushed, and that is definitely my happy place.
Right. Anything you want to promote? The floor is yours.
Well, I mean, just the custom design part of it. If anybody's looking for any kind of custom pieces for an event, award show, wedding or whatever, please reach out. My website is www.hogwashrhinestones.com. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. You can always DM me there. And yeah, and just to know, and then my website has one thing about my pieces, because they are one of a kind. If I post them on Instagram, they usually don't make it to the website. Like, I don't even get it to get to the website, because someone direct messaged me and says, "What size is that?" All right, I'll take it. So because I don't have more than one, so it doesn't even make it usually over to the website. So I would say that Instagram and Facebook is a great way to communicate if there's a piece you like or you want something similar.
Yeah, is there a waiting time, or are you guys pretty quick with the getting
weeks.
4 to 6? Hey, that's pretty good. Dang.
Yeah. And I'm probably gonna be mad that I said that out loud. No.
Oh, well, I can.
No.
Rae, do you want me to edit that? I can edit that out.
No, I'd say 6 weeks. Yeah, definitely a month to 6 weeks, because I'm hiring people in September, so I'll be able to handle all that.
It's always good when you hire help. That's always a good thing.
Right, that's a good sign for sure.
All right, Rae, this has been great. Thank you so much again.
All right. Well, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, let's keep in touch, and maybe we'll do this again.
I'll promote this, and this will be. I'm sure people will reach out to you, and
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Take care. Okay.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.